And welcome everybody back to Topic Talks. I'm here with Brandon, and we have a new guest. His name is Matthew. Matthew, you want to say hi?
Hello, universe.
Matthew is joining us because our next topic is movies. That is one of Matthew's favorite things. He had a little channel going on YouTube for quite a while, being a movie critic, and so I thought he would be a good person to bring in on this little thing. So Matthew, I got a list of movies of what's coming out in 2016.
All right.
I just picked through a list. But the first thing I want to start out with is, did you hear about the new remakes that are coming out of The Jungle Book and Pete's Dragon?
Yes, I did. I am very excited for one of those.
For one of those? Which one?
Yes. Jungle Book. So.
I'm really excited for Pete's Dragon. Because I know the original was a live action movie, but the animation was it was good for its time. But I'm really excited to see what kind of the remake that they could do with making the dragon look a little bit more real. I'm kind of iffy about it. Because it was one of my favorite movies. So I know it won't be better. It'll never be better, but I think it has a potential to be really good depending on how they go about it.
I'm still not entirely sure. I did see. I'm looking it up right now. Because the first one was in the 70s.
Yeah,
But the way they're having this new one based on the trailer, it looks like it's this kid. He's like not just an orphan, but like grown up in the woods and stuff, and it just seems really bizarre. I'm not sure if I totally buy it, but I mean, it's still early to say. So that comes out mid-August. So
it does.
Yep.
That's actually, I didn't look up the different dates for that. I looked up the dates for all the other movies. Yeah. So anyway,
August? Oh no, go ahead.
I'm just really excited for those. Those were on the special that we were just talking about that was on last night on Disney. And they showed clips and trailers of both. Actually, they showed the Jungle Book trailer during a commercial, but they played the Pete's Dragon trailer during the actual show, and I thought that was kind of cool, and it got me all excited for that.
Oh, like I said, I'm still torn on Pete's Dragon though. But Jungle Book, that one that has my full support. So.
Well, maybe we'll have to go see it. Maybe all three of us will go and see it, and then we'll have another show and tell you how it is.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yep, sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, Brandon, so what do you think about the new Pete's Dragon movie? Are you scared? Iffy?
Yeah, I'm still kind of iffy about that. Usually when people do remakes of movies, they don't always do as good as what they should.
Yeah,
bring it back out.
There's been a lot of crappy remakes, so I'm hoping Disney will pull through and make a really good one. I'm just excited because it's my favorite movie, so I'm kind of interested to see what they change because there were so many different unique things about the last one. Like the guy who was trying to sell magical medicine to everybody. Do you remember that in the original movie? Have you seen the original, Matthew?
Oh, it's been a long, long time. So.
He actually turned out to be the main character, and the antagonist of the movie. He was trying to get a hold of the dragon. He was selling he was one of those people that would go around in wagons and have a partner, and he'd plant his partner in the audience and give him this elixir that was supposed to make your hair grow back faster, make you hear, make you. And he was the antagonist of the entire movie. So I'm kind of curious to see, because they're kind of going a different angle with it. Like you said, they're playing it off like he grew up in the woods, not like he ran away from a foster family. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of changes. If they change the whole movie, I would kind of it would make me kind of sad because there was some really good things about the last movie. Although, one thing that makes me sad is Mickey Rooney is no longer with us, and he was in the original.
Yeah, I miss Mickey Rooney, so he had such a great personality about him.
He did too, and especially it really came out in that movie too. That was actually the first movie that I had ever heard of Mickey Rooney, and he was one of my favorite characters in the movie. So I think we're gonna move on. So the next one that I have on the list, I've got 2 movies that have already come out, and I've got a couple stats with them.
Okay.
Deadpool came out on the 12th, which I'm really excited to see. It made $55 million in its second week.
Yep.
So I'm really excited. I heard Ryan Reynolds, this is like his dream part. Deadpool was like his favorite superhero ever. If you can really count Deadpool as a superhero, because he's got
Yeah.
superpowers, but it is not anywhere near anything for a kid. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like he's a villain, or like
It's not that he's a villain, but he is like more the anti-hero. The thing about Deadpool, if I remember right, he's actually pretty new. He was like introduced in the 90s, and he's this comedic character. He was actually DC created this assassin called Deathstroke,
hmm
and there were some Marvel guys who really liked the character, but they wanted to copy him, but then do something like a little bit different to him. So in some ways, he is Marvel's version of Deathstroke, but then with the comedic edge, he just spun out into its own thing, and he became immensely popular amongst fans. Reynolds has been working on this movie for years. He's wanted to get it off the ground. There was, I think it was, what was it, X-Men Origins Wolverine,
yeah.
where we first saw Deadpool, but they like sewed his mouth shut. They made it like gritty and weird, and it ruined the character for a lot of people. And then like 2 years ago, they leaked this test footage for it, and it got such a positive response that Fox decided to greenlight the movie. But they still didn't have a ton of faith in it, so I think it was still a modest budget compared to the other superhero movies that came out. But Reynolds pulled through with it. They said he really owned the character. They did a great job being respectful of his origins and whatnot, and translating that humor from the comic to the screen. And they ended up also the marketing really helped out, because a lot of people didn't know who Deadpool was, and then they really capitalized on him being able to like break the fourth wall, talk to the audience and such. And then it broke all kind of records for being a rated R movie, making that much money. So I think they said it's the 9th highest opening for a superhero movie of all time. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, on the chart that I looked at, I don't remember which one it was. I was looking up how much money it made, and it was at the top of the list.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool. I actually didn't know who Deadpool was until the commercial. And a friend of mine at school told me, like, because they're big into superheroes and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're looking forward to all the movies, like a couple of the other ones that we're going to talk about. But Deadpool was one that they were talking about, and I'm like, who's Deadpool? And so they explained to me, like, kind of a little bit about the character, and talked about how Ryan Reynolds has always wanted to play Deadpool. But I knew he would do a good job because, and as much as you don't like this movie, I thought he did a great job in Green Lantern. I thought it was just the way that they went about making the movie was bad. Does that make sense? He did
That
good.
may be true. I'll admit I never actually did see Green Lantern. I just saw the trailer, and that was enough to turn me on. I mean, it just looked god awful. So
Well, if you want to see it, I own it. But I thought Ryan Reynolds did a good job with what he was given. A lot of people condemn the actors and actresses for a bad movie, and most of the time they're just making the best of the script that they were given, or, they may not have any say in how the script is written, or, like, Ryan Reynolds didn't know what the Green Lantern outfit looked like until the movie came out. They didn't tell him. They probably didn't know when he was making the movie. Which I think is something that they should have figured out before. Granted, I thought it looked really sweet, but that's something that he should have known before he started making the movie.
But that happens with a lot of films where it's like, especially with the big budget ones, where it's like they want to greenlight it because they want to promise people that, hey, we're going to be doing more movies. It's like they want to make sure the ball's rolling, they get the publicity for them. And at that time, when they made Green Lantern, that was in the middle of the Dark Knight trilogy. So
It was.
Yep. So it's like they were trying to my guess was DC was, and Warner Bros., they were trying to build up their cinematic universe. Not necessarily that, Christopher Nolan's Batman and Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern would have ever met together, but the idea was they were trying to pump out superhero movies just like Marvel had started doing. And it didn't work out. Thankfully, Ryan Reynolds did jump ship, went over to Fox for Deadpool, and that worked out a lot better for him. And yeah, we'll see, because we still got some, and I'm sure those are on your list, where DC's headed with their cinematic universe. So
yeah, actually it is, because obviously you know me, I'm a big DC comic person. Not that I don't like Marvel. DC is just the one that I've grown up watching, with the different animated series that they've had. One thing I would like to see, and I know Ryan Reynolds probably wouldn't do it, but I know they're coming out with a Justice League movie, and I would like to see Ryan Reynolds at least play Green Lantern just for that. I don't care if they come out with another movie, because the first one was so bad, but I would really like to see him play Green Lantern in, like, the Justice League movie. I feel like they would put more thought into the writing of the script and the characters, that he may end up walking out and going, okay, that was a pretty good movie.
That could be, but that's going with Hal Jordan. The one I want to see, and I think a lot of people want to see, is we want to see. Oh, now I'm blanking out on his name.
It's the one you're thinking about, the one from the original, from the animated series.
Yes, the animated series, and we want to see Idris Elba play him. I think that'd be really sweet.
That was the one that is No. There's somebody who's predicted to play Cyborg, and he was in the new Star Wars movie, I heard, or something like that. He played...
I'm not sure. Cyborg, I think, has already been cast. Let me look at that.
Anyway, no, I would be happy with both, but like I had said, like, if they're not going to go with that like the version you're talking about of the Green Lantern, and they're going to go with Hal Jordan, I think they should recast Ryan Reynolds. Like I said, he could do it and hate it again, and then they not do another one. Because, I mean, come on. If you fail with a Green Lantern movie and a Justice League movie, you should just stop.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much stake in a Justice League movie that they will actually put a lot more thought into. And now they've gone down that path where they're like, okay, that movie was bad. We lost an actor for it. We'll see if we can try to get him back with a better script. And a all-around better and well-produced movie.
Well, since we're headed down that road, can we start talking about DC?
Actually, it kind of goes into our next movie. Our next movie is Batman v Superman. So,
okay,
DC is where we're headed for our next two, and then there's two just kind of random.
Okay, well, the interesting thing I was hearing, because I know you brought up Justice League there, I saw an article saying they are going to begin production for that, I believe, April. So it's coming up fast. Because that comes out, I believe, 2017. But the thing is, Batman v Superman, it's kind of been getting, mixed reports, like, ever since the beginning, because people hate it, Batfleck coming out, and then people have been complaining about Jesse Eisenberg being cast as Lex Luthor. There have been concerns that, look at the latest Spider-Man movie. It fell for the same trap the original trilogy did by adding too many characters. And then Sony ended up dropping Spider-Man, giving it to Disney and Marvel. And in Batman v Superman, it's like originally, I think it was supposed to be just a Man of Steel sequel. Then they decided to throw Batman in. Then they decide, well, let's do Dawn of Justice. So we're going to see Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg. I think the Flash may have an appearance in there as well. So even if they're small cameos, like, that is a lot to handle. And the trailers I won't go into, because if somehow you have managed not to see them, God bless you, because they spoiled a lot in those trailers. I think they gave way too much out. I think the one that just came out, I believe it was the Super Bowl, that is the trailer they should have opened with from the very beginning.
Are we talking about Batman v Superman?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that trailer did not give too much away, and it showed. The other cool thing was it showed Ben Affleck's Batman in action, and he does a really good job. I like the stunt work that they're going for. It's very much more so like the comics, and very much more so like the very popular Arkham games that they came out with. So
Yeah, I kind of wish one of my other friends was here. The guy who I usually do the show with, Zach, he has a killer Joker voice. I may have to have a phone call with you sometime. He does many voices, but one of his favorite characters is Joker, believe it or not. And he can do anywhere from the oh crap, what's his name? You know the Batman that came out?
The Tim Burton one?
No, it was the one. What is his name? The actor played in Anger Management. Have you seen that movie?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. Anyway, he can do a lot of different. He can do the. But what brought me to that topic was he can do the Arkham series Joker. He can do that ridiculously well.
Yeah, that was Mark Hamill's Joker. That is the best, I think. So
I don't know. He's not my favorite. He's really good. I mean, it was creepy as crap in the games. Because I just got Arkham Asylum. No, Arkham City. I got Arkham City. No, anyway. Like I said, I would really love to see a Justice League movie. That was actually what got me turned on to a lot of the superheroes. Like I said, I grew up with the animated series, and that includes Justice League, the animated series, Batman, and Superman, the animated series. And so I really like the different animated series there were. And that's what I grew up with. So I would kind of like to see a group kind of like that as the new movie. Or like the cast or the characters that they're going to use in the new movie.
Speaking of animated series, I just want to throw a plug out there. Netflix recently acquired the rights to stream Young Justice, which was an animated series a few years ago. It's supposed to be about like a lot of sidekick characters that team up together. And I watched the first episode. It's really, really good. So definitely check it out because they said if they get enough people to watch the first 2 seasons, it was canceled after season 2. Season 2 had some problems, admittedly, but they said if they get enough people to watch it, Netflix will produce a season 3. So
the Joker that I was talking about, the actor that played that particular Joker that I was just talking about was Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that's the Tim Burton one.
That wasn't Tim Burton, was it?
Yeah, that was 1989, I think.
I'm trying to remember of who played that Batman.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. I didn't think it was him.
Yep,
it's Batman Returns, right?
No, it's just Batman.
Yeah. No, Batman Returns is Michael Keaton. No, that's a different one. That's Danny DeVito. That's the one with the Penguin, which, by the way...
I was going to say, Batman Returns, Michael Keaton did come back for that, but yeah, that's the Penguin and Catwoman. Then it was...
That was really
Batman
good, though.
Forever. That was Val Kilmer as Batman. That was Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face and Jim Carrey as Riddler. And then you had Batman and Robin, which was George Clooney's Batman, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, and that just killed the franchise. So, and for good reason.
Hey, I liked Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Just saying.
Ooh. We'll argue about that one later.
I'm looking. Oh, you were right. Tim Burton was the director of that one.
Yep.
See, compared to his other ones, that one was actually pretty mild. I really enjoyed that Batman. The second one with the Penguin, I really liked. Mostly for Danny DeVito's Penguin, was creepy. Oh, it was the best Penguin I've ever seen. Because I've seen him, I've seen all the different. I've seen him, really tall in a purple suit, in a suit with a top hat, and I've seen him with, but that was he was a penguin in that one, and it actually really, I feel like that relayed the character a little bit better. That before they call him the Penguin. Well, why do they call him the Penguin? A lot, especially when they showed up in different parts of or in different series and stuff like that, he was dressed differently, and it's like, okay, why do they call him the Penguin?
Yeah.
Danny DeVito did a really good job, and the people who did his makeup did a really good job because he looked like a penguin.
Yeah.
And it made him, it kind of showed the story of how the Penguin became who he is. And, his name, and I just thought it was really well done.
The one I also think is a really good Penguin, though, and again, this is the one I would like to see, and if they ever end up doing it. I don't think Penguin's popular enough right now for a movie, but even still, I think the Arkham, again, those Arkham games did a really good job of making these characters a lot more intense, but keeping them true to their comic book origins. Because that's one I know Suicide Squad, which I'm really excited for.
That's actually the other one on my list is the Suicide Squad, which comes out August 5th.
Yep. To me, I think that one could be the underdog. It's got I think it's a cool concept. You got all the villains together. It's like that's something that, again, separates it from any other superhero movie that we've seen so far. That in and of itself. I think you've had great casting. I think Margot Robbie's going to kill it as Harley Quinn. I think Jared Leto's going to kill it as Joker. The only thing is, comic book purists, some of them are my friends, they'd talk to me. They're not as big of fans of those. They think Margot Robbie's going to do a good job. They're disappointed that she doesn't do the typical Harley Quinn voice.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto, they said the problem with him is they don't think he's doing like the realistic Heath Ledger performance, which I don't think we should go for because that was such a great role. Again, we need a different version of Joker. But they also don't think he's doing like the Mark Hamill one, like the Arkham games, like the animated series. And they said he just seems like a crazy person, but not Joker. So in the comic book sense, I guess. And I see that and I don't see that because some of it, I think there are people out there who just have problems with Jared Leto as a person, as an actor. The method acting sometimes throws them off. But if you've seen him in, Dallas Buyers Club, he just does a phenomenal job in his work. So, and the last trailer that came out with that Queen song, I thought was really great, and I'm hoping the movie keeps that tone. So more of the lighthearted stuff. First trailer, the teaser trailer shown at Comic-Con, that one was more the dark, gritty stuff. I'm hoping we get more of the fun pop stuff that we saw in the latest trailer.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I like this Batman. We should use this Batman in here, and we should use, this Joker, and I'm like, but they want to cast different people, and I'm like, you can't do that Joker with that Batman without this person or this person. Yep. It's the actor that made the character, like who is Jack Nicholson? He made that Joker the way it was, and nobody else I don't think would be able to do like his version of the Joker as well as he did it. Mm-hmm. Just like and why can I not think of his name? The person who played Joker in the Dark Knight series.
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. I don't think anybody can do his version of the Joker as well as he did it.
Nope.
So when there are the different Jokers, I or the different Batmans or the different, when it comes to superheroes in general, I don't think that you could, except for the Hulk, we have not found, well, we just now found a good actor to play Hulk when they did the Avengers series, but that's beside the point. I don't think that you can do, like, you can't pick, okay, I want this version of Joker, but this actor doing it. You're going to have this actor, he's going to do his own version of the Joker, so that way he kind of leaves his mark on the series. And so on that note, we're going to jump down the list a little bit. Let's see, we covered Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, we covered The Jungle Book. Okay, these are two movies that I am not looking forward to, and I put them on here because I'm outraged that they're even being made. The new Ghostbusters, which comes out July 15th, I am just appalled.
All girls.
it's an all-girl. Not that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't care that it's all girls. The fact that the movie was so good the first time that why did it's again going to making sequels or remaking movies that don't need to be remade. They were good at their time. The actors and actresses who played in those movies were excellent. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Okay, I'm going to disagree on that one.
Really?
I don't know how the Ghostbusters is going to go. I am a little nervous, but at the same time, I was nervous when they cast Melissa McCarthy because I feel like it can easily become her movie. She'll dominate it. But I don't know if any of you saw Spy last year.
I did. I actually just saw it the other day.
That was one of the funniest movies I've seen in such a long time. I absolutely loved it. And that was predominantly female. It's like, and she proved like she can carry it on. So I think when it comes to reboots, I agree. Like I always get nervous about them because I don't. Yeah, there are a lot of great movies out there. I hate to see garbage put out just to make a quick buck. But at the same time, I'm a believer that if you got, not all the good stories have been told with these characters yet. So if you got something good, like, do it. Just don't do what Terminator did. So Terminator last year with Genesis, that was awful. I hated it. But I still think there are Terminator stories to be told. I would not be opposed to a reboot. Just give a good one. So I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll put it that way. Trailer doesn't come out for a little while now. So I'll reserve my judgment till then.
And then the last one of since we've only got 3 minutes left, the last one of the night is Independence Day. That's another one that it was like you're not going to have 2 Independence Days and you know what I mean? Like it's not a reboot per se. Like, cause usually a lot of reboots, they'll at least acknowledge the last movie or the last characters. Like I'm kind of hoping Ghostbusters does, they'll, maybe like a legacy or something. You can't do that with Independence Day. And Will Smith I don't think is casted at all to be in it. So that's one.
But Jeff Goldblum is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm just not excited about it.
I'm not really excited about it either. I think Independence Day kind of capitalized on a time when, some of these blockbuster effects were really, being allowed to be done the way they did. When they blew up the White House and all those, but it's just iconic, the look of it now.
Well, yeah,
but at the same time, but the reason it's iconic is because it wasn't done before. It's like we can do that any day of the week now, and I feel like why are they doing this? And when, at least for myself, when I look back at Independence Day, I don't really think it's all that great a movie. I still like it. It's kind of cheesy and everything, but again, it's like why are you making sequels to more or less cult classics? It's not like this is the greatest movie in the world. It's not like there are more stories that need to be told. So, and I just feel like they're scrapping this together. Like another one, they want to do a remake or a sequel to Labyrinth, the one with David Bowie.
Yeah.
I'm like, the dude just died. It's like, I know why you're making the movie now. It's like you're trying to capitalize on that, but it's like the movie, I love it, but it's awful. I mean, it's so bad. Why would you think there's more to do with it? There isn't. The reason people love it is because it is bad. Just let it be. Let it die. So
I agree. We're running out of time, so thank you so much for joining us, Matthew. It was a pleasure.
All right.
Feel free to call back in anytime. We'd love to have you on the show.
I'd love to be back.
Thanks you, Matthew.
For inviting me.
I'll see you later.
All right.
Everybody, that was Matthew Holland, a really good friend of mine. That about wraps it up for this week. Brandon, any really quick thing you need to say?
Nope, just thanks for listening.
Okay, everybody, thanks for listening once again. We'll be back again on Monday with another Topic Talks and a lot more topics to talk about. So just shoot us some messages in between now and then. If there's a topic you want us to talk about, shoot me a message. I'd be more than happy to talk about a topic that you would like to hear about. I know we've talked a lot about superheroes and movies, so if there's something you want us to talk about, let us know. Again, message us either during, before, or after the shows. So on that note, I'm Aaron Klingsmith.
And I'm Brandon Buffy.
Signing off.